Welcome back to Pennsylvania Outdoor Life. You know, if you were lucky enough to get a deer and you had it butchered or you butchered it yourself, you may be sitting on some ground meat. Now, a couple of weeks ago, we came into the cabin with some ground venison to create one of my favorite dishes, a Coney Island venison chili hot dog. What you're looking at is the makings for a Coney Island wiener sauce made out of ground venison. This is one of those recipes. Now, I'm not a big recipe guy. I like a pinch of this, a pinch of that. This is one of those recipes that if you follow it to the T, it will come out perfect every time. And let me tell you what's in this recipe. We're gonna start with 1.5 pounds of ground meat, 2 large onions that are gonna be chopped. Next in line here, we've got about 2 cloves of garlic. I used them already cleaned out ones. We've got 1 can of tomato paste, 3 cups of water, 1.5 tablespoons of chili powder, and then right down the list, we've got vinegar, and that's gonna be 1 tablespoon, then 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of salt, a teaspoon of cumin, 1/4 teaspoon of allspice, 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, and then 2 bay leaves. As I'm chopping the onions, I want to tell you how I got this recipe, and let me show it to you first. So what this is the exact copy that was given to me about 25 years ago. I was making wine with a bunch of great guys down in Plains Township, and one guy showed up with hot dogs and this chili sauce. So I asked him for it. As the story goes, this was cut out of the New York Times newspaper during the World's Fair in the 60s because they were serving Coney Island hot dogs. I don't know if it's true. That's what I was told. Make sure the recipe goes to you when we're done. So I'm gonna chop up some onions here and tell you that one of my favorite things is a chili dog on a beautiful fall night. And I've got my favorite places. I'm not gonna tell you, everybody's got their favorite chili dog joint. Now, these don't have to be chopped up too fine because the bottom line is that when all is said and done, we're actually gonna blend this to the consistency that you like with your chili dogs. A little rough chop here, because like I said, once they're all cooked down for 3 hours, this is a 2 to 3 hour simmer, and then blended, and you're gonna say, this is well worth making it. All right, let's get this baby started. So I'm gonna turn my heater on, my unit. There it is. We're gonna start by adding the ground meat. There you go. And we'll just clean this table off as we go. We're gonna add the onions and the garlic. And you may say, oh my goodness, that's a lot of onions. By the time it simmers down, and by the time we get all of this married together and blended, it's not gonna be a lot at all. Okay, now what I'm gonna do here, for the sake of television, is I'm gonna bring this right here. Okay, so we're gonna cook these down. May take 5-10 minutes until everything's brown. The onions are translucent, the garlic sort of fades away, and then we'll be on to our next step. All right, I've been at it about maybe 10 minutes. You can see the onions are all translucent, the meat is all brown. Now it's everybody in the pool. We're going to start by adding our tomato paste. This is a non-flavored tomato paste. I know some come with Italian herbs and garlic. We don't want any of that. We just want simple tomato paste. Okay. Next, we're gonna add 3 cups of water. There's 1. And this is the thing about cooking in this cabin. We don't have any running water in here, so we have to use bottled water. All right, there's 2. And here's gonna be 3. Okay. Next in, the chili powder, the vinegar. Like I said, everybody in the pool, and I always pre-measure so I'm not picking up things left, and that's all the other ones, the cumin, the allspice, all that kind of stuff. And last but not least, we're gonna float 2 bay leaves in here. Now, we're gonna mix this all together. Doesn't look like much, right? It looks like a, but after about 3 to 4 hours covered and simmering, now I'm gonna come back in and keep stirring it so it doesn't stick, but I'm gonna turn this down to a simmer. everything's gonna blend together. Everything is gonna mold together as it cooks, and then we're gonna blend it, and we're gonna serve it up Coney Island hot dog style. I got the smell already. Definitely got the smell already. Okay, we're gonna clean this up. We're gonna let this simmer and come back and check on it from time to time. 3 hours is a long time to wait, but it's gonna be delicious. All right, it's been a couple of hours, and you can see the transformation in this already. You could see how the onions have all melted down. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to find the 2 bay leaves because I don't wanna blend them up. There they are. You could see how it's actually, it's pretty much all melded together already. But most of us are used to a very thin chili sauce on their wieners. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this immersion blender out, and we're just gonna put it in here and make it nice and thin. Chop up any of the leftover onions, and we're gonna turn the heat right off on this now. Okay. See how it's basically smashing all the onions together? Whatever's left in chunks is all gonna be blended together now. Consistency of chili sauce for a wiener. I always like this better like the next day or when you take it out of the freezer, and this will make enough, quite a bit. I think that looks really good, don't you? Let me take a little taste here. That is Coney Island, right there. We're gonna throw some hot dogs in here to steam and boil. Okay, hot dogs look done. Nothing like a boiled hot dog. Forgot a fork, can you believe it? Okay, and now, here we go. Texas wiener sauce, right? I do believe the traditional is also with some chopped onions. This is a Vidalia onion. And now, a little bit of yellow mustard. Venison, Coney Island chili dog. Oh, so good. Remember, this recipe will be on our homepage under recipes. Make it, freeze it, enjoy it. That is delicious. We're gonna take a short break and we'll be right back.